You need to buy a stock that is falling. No. But it's cheaper now. No. But you can buy more now. No. How much lower can it go? Lower? You've been taught to buy the dip, but that gets people in trouble all the time. A lower price doesn't mean a better opportunity, because a stock that is falling often keeps falling. In this video, I want to give you a better way to do it. You need to shift your thinking. Instead of buying the dip, you need to buy the bounce. But you gotta do it the right way. Today, I'll show you how to do it using the 4 principles of our bounce framework. Let's get to it. I like to draw things out. It helps me out, and hopefully it helps you take notes. So let's get out my notepad here. Part 1 of the framework is to start with good ingredients. So let's just put here good ingredients. Before you even worry about buying the bounce, make sure you're even looking at the right kind of stock, because garbage in equals garbage out. You can't make a great meal with bad ingredients. And the same is true with investing. If you start with a weak stock, a bounce doesn't suddenly make it a great opportunity. A bounce only matters if it is happening in a good stock. So what do I mean by good ingredients? Well, I mean a stock with a smooth, steady, rising price trend. In addition to that, you want to have rising earnings. This will give it that strong underlying quality of a stock. In other words, this is going to give it the basic traits that you want in a stock before you even think about timing the entry. So here's what it'll basically look like. You'll have a chart and you'll have the stock's price up here, and then usually on the bottom part of the chart, you'll have earnings. Both will be going from bottom left to upper right. So rising price, rising earnings, and you want it to be in as smooth a pattern as possible for price. You don't want a lot of volatility, so it's going to be bottom left to upper right in as smooth a fashion as possible. Let me show you what that actually looks like on a chart. Here's a graph of Sienna Corp, and it's a great example of what we're talking about here. Notice the smooth, steady price pattern from lower left to upper right. And if you look down here, we've got earnings per share and earnings growth rate. Both of those are increasing as well. This is a stock with great ingredients. This is what you want to look for the stocks for your portfolio. Whereas this one has several bad qualities. First off, earnings is falling. Earnings growth is basically flat, but not only flat, you can see over here, it is negative. It's got negative earnings growth. And if we look up at price, look at price, it's just volatile. It's all over the place. Even if this stock started to bounce up, is this really the type of stock that you want in your portfolio? Just because you buy it, this volatility won't stop. It'll be just as volatile after you buy it. So we say just avoid it to begin with. Or worse yet, it could look like this. This stock is in an extended downturn with earnings falling and earnings growth falling as well. Don't get sucked into thinking that you can buy this stock on a dip and then ride it all the way back up to former glory. Instead, start with stocks that look like this, that have good ingredients. Start with good stocks. Now, if we go back to our notes, if we go to part 2 of our framework, part 2 is to use Newton's first law. And if you remember back to school, Newton's first law is a body in motion tends to stay in motion. That idea applies to stocks too. A stock in downtrend often stays in downtrend. That's the mistake behind buying the dip. People see the stock's price come down and think, oh, this must be a better deal now. Look how cheap it is. But just because the stock's price is dropping doesn't mean it's a great opportunity. So keep in mind when you're thinking of Newton's first law that A, falling stocks tend to keep falling. So if you're visualizing that, you've got a stock that is falling. If you're thinking about buying that dip, understand that after you buy it, it tends to keep falling. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. B, prefer stocks in uptrend. Why? Because the opposite is true. A stock that's going up, after you buy it, the probability is that uptrend will continue. So this is part of the mindset shift. Do not assume a stock is ready to buy just because it is fallen. Respect the direction that it's already moving in. So what you want to do is favor stocks that are already rising. So if we move to part 3 of the framework, part 3 is to buy the bounce, not the dip. This is the heart of the framework. Buy the bounce, not the dip. What does that mean? It means don't buy a stock while it's still falling. And that could look as simple as this. It could either be falling like this, or even if a stock has started to go back up and started to curl over, don't buy it while it's still coming down. You want to wait for something like this, where if it's going up and falling, you want to wait for it to stop falling and start to go back up. There's a great story from the founder of our company. I was in a seminar with him, and a person in the crowd saw one of our top stocks was coming down and called out to our founder and said, "When would you buy that stock?" And our founder calmly said, "When it stops going down." And the person in the crowd said, "Well, how do you know when it stops going down?" And the founder, Dr. Bart DeLito, looked right at him and said, "When it starts to go back up." Simple, yet so powerful. That's the rule. Stop trying to nail the bottom of a move. Don't try to be the hero who catches the lowest tick. You just need to wait for proof that the downtrend has ended and the stock has started to move back up. That is so much more of a smarter move than buying while it's still falling. So there's 4 things that we look for to tell us that the stock has bounced and started to go back up. Number 1, look at price bouncing off the 20-day moving average. And we'll look at an example of this. So it's going to come down, hit the 20, and go back up. Number 2, here at VectorVest, we have a proprietary indicator called relative timing. So it's RT. It's on a 0 to 2 scale. If it is above 1, it tells you the stock is in an uptrend. So if RT is below 1 and starts to go back up above 1, it tells you it's gone from downtrend to uptrend. Number 3, wait for the stock to hit a new high. Right, new high, and what does that look like on the chart? Well, instead of buying it like right here as it starts to curl back around, wait for it to get back up above this prior high, and that'll tell you the uptrend has resumed. And then lastly, the 4th thing that you can look for is here at VectorVest, we give stocks a buy, sell, or hold rating. You could make sure the stock has a buy rating. All right, so buy rating from VectorVest. All right, so the 4th part of our framework, let me move this up. Part 4 of the framework is to buy with the wind at your back. Even a good stock showing a bounce can fail if the overall market is still trending lower. You want the market helping the move. You don't want the market fighting it. I've seen this personally. I found a great stock, one of our top stocks, exhibiting a bouncing pattern. And it looked like a great setup. In fact, it was the ideal setup of a bounce. But I went to one of our coaches here, Steve Chappell, and he reminded me, hey, Brian, the market is in a downtrend right now. Now is not the time to buy it. I stayed out, and it was a good thing because the stock kept falling downward. It was a great stock, but wrong day. That is such an important lesson. A stock can be good, a setup can look promising, but if the market is working against you, the trade can still fail. So what you want is A, the market in uptrend, and B, not only the market in an uptrend, the market moving higher on the day you place your trade. That is what I mean by having the wind at your back. That is the bounce framework. Start with good ingredients, use Newton's first law, buy the bounce, not the dip, and buy with the wind at your back. Think of the bounce framework like a soup bowl. So here we got our big soup bowl, right? And number one was good ingredients. And what was good ingredients? Well, we got price, we've got earnings. And here at VectorVest, we've got indicators like RV, we've got RS, we've got GRT. Good ingredients in the soup. Number two was you got the spoon. And the spoon is going into the soup. That's the dip. You can't eat yet when the spoon is dipping into the soup. Number three is you got the spoon filled with yummy soup coming back out of the soup. But before you buy it, or before you taste the soup, it's hot, right? So you blow on the soup. That's the wind at your back. Now let me show you how to actually apply it. Step number one was to check the market first. Before you buy any stock, make sure the market is rising. If the market is not in an uptrend, stop there. Don't go any further. Because if the market's not on your side, nothing else matters. In the Market Launchpad, we show this to you with a green, safe to buy box right up at the top. If it's any other color, just follow the guidance it gives you. For example, get ready. Get a shopping list ready of candidates to buy for when it turns green. If it's hold, check your portfolio. Check past trades to make sure you've been following the framework. And of course, if it's red, definitely don't buy and be defensive. You only want to buy when it is green and safe to buy. Then you can move on to step two, which is make sure you have a good stock with good ingredients. If you don't have a stock in mind, you could use the pre-built searches in VectorVest to find stocks with those great ingredients that we talked about. Let's say you're looking at a list of stocks. I put together this list for this video. We make it easy to identify whether your stock has good ingredients. For example, if we look at this list of stocks, we've got indicators such as RV and RS. They're on a 0 to 2 scale. Above 1 is favorable. RV, which is relative value, that looks at the upside potential of the stock. RS looks at safety, primarily the consistency and predictability of the company's financials. And you can look over here at earnings growth rate. All of those will tell you about strong fundamentals. You can see the top three here, and especially these top two, have great indicators there. Whereas the bottom three have very poor ingredients. And then step three is to graph them and look for proof the stock has turned back up, that it is on a bounce and not still dipping. Do not buy a stock just because it has fallen. Wait for evidence that the pullback has ended and the stock has started moving higher again. As we mentioned earlier, some things that you can look for are a bounce off the 20-day moving average. But remember, you got to start with a great stock in an uptrend already. If it pulls back, tags the 20-day, and bounces back off like it did here, and it confirms the next day, that's one way you could see the stock is resuming its uptrend that it was already in previously. Other things you can look for are the relative timing indicator at VectorVest to be above 1, telling you it's in an uptrend. You could wait for even more confirmation by waiting for the stock to take out the prior high. That way it's hitting a new high. The definition of an uptrend: higher highs, higher lows. And you can make sure that stock is a buy-rated stock. That's the workflow. Check the market, check the stock quality, check for proof of reversal, and then buy it. That's a much more disciplined process than just buying a stock because it looks cheaper. Here's what you should do now. Look at a few of your past trades and ask yourself, did I buy this stock when it was still falling? And if you're honest with yourself, you might not even need to look back at the past trades. You might know in your heart that you've been buying stocks that were still falling. And if you're not sure whether the stocks that you've been buying have good ingredients, then use our ratings. Inside VectorVest, you can check things like RV, RS, GRT to see whether the stock you want to buy has the quality that you want and need. If you want a simpler, more disciplined way to invest, take a 30-day test drive of Market Launchpad. It helps you keep the market on your side and gives you an easy way to find stocks with good ingredients before you buy it. It helps you become a more confident, disciplined investor. With that, thanks for watching, and God willing, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.